Hey guys, it's Datsa, and today I'm going to be talking about a secret little rule I use when it comes to improving my paintings and becoming a better artist in general. So, what I like to call this rule is the 5% rule. And essentially, what this rule says is that after you're done with the painting, after you feel like you are absolutely done, there's nothing left to put on it, push it another 5%, right? And you could do this in a little bit more of a random fashion. You could just, maybe you have characters in there and you could push their detail density another 5%. Maybe you can push the shadows by 5%. Maybe you could do a little color balance and that could be your 5%. But doing a little addition at any point in time when you think the painting is completely done automatically sets your bar of a finished painting to be a little bit higher. And the reason why this is important is because as you continue to push yourself 5 more percent in each painting, this 5% extra suddenly becomes something you normally do, and it's no longer 5% extra, it's literally what you consider a finished painting, right? And when you continue doing the 5% rule, and you continue adding 5 more percent, it builds on each other, it builds on your last 5%, and you continue to make more additions, make more edits, and make a better painting overall on a very increasing kind of slope of improvement. Now, let me get a little bit more specific with the 5% rule. You could go a little bit more advanced with it rather than just doing it at the end of your painting, but you could also break it down into basic components. You can break it down into lighting, texture, the actual storytelling in the actual image, design, whatever you want to do, and you could separately add 5% to each one of those different elements. And this is a very powerful tool because it pushes you a little bit farther than what you would have otherwise done. And this is what I like to do. Do another 5%, maybe detail, maybe that, maybe this, but I'm always pushing myself 5% in that direction, you know? Another way to do the 5% rule, and personally my favorite way to do the 5% rule, is to have a longer term goal. Let me give you an example. One of my long-term goals when it comes to making paintings is I want to give them more functionality. So if I draw a spaceship, I want to maybe add turrets or a little bit of a hangar, maybe some little robots that pop out of it, or escape pods, like pushing 5%. So if I had a spaceship and it didn't really serve a purpose, but it looked kind of cool, was a nice shape, my 5% would probably be adding turrets or adding escape pods, something of the like. And if I do that for a few paintings that involve spaceships, suddenly I get used to doing it. And this isn't my only goal. My big goal, as I said, add functionality. One of my other goals is to also add more atmospheric effects on a realistic level, and another one is to add bigger people into my actual pictures, right? Now some of these more or less sound a little bit above 5% or a little bit below, depending on who you ask, but what's really interesting here is even though you're saying only 5%, your mind begins to wonder even more on how much you can improve the painting. And this is another reason why this is such a powerful tool, the 5% rule. So I encourage you guys to try it out, push yourself 5% further in each one of your paintings and see what it does for you, right? And as I said, if you want to further optimize it and really make it yours, or really get the fullest potential out of the 5% rule, then I would really recommend maybe making goals where you push that 5% towards, or breaking your painting down into different components and doing 5% on each of those components, or the components you'd like, whatever you'd want to do. Anyways, this has been Datsa. By the way, I almost forgot to mention what was going on in the background with this painting. It's probably almost over by now, the actual speed paint, but it's a little beach area with some rocks and a little hut and everything. And on this one, for my 5%, I ended up zooming in and started adding little red dots onto that rock, right? A little subtle change, a little bit of a push forward, but it's important and it keeps your mind thinking, what more could I add to it? I also added some more details to the house. I don't add details too much. or not as much as I'd like. I'd like to really push detail density, but anyways, that's just a real life example of the case. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to like, you can like the video. I'm not sure this is my favorite video of all time. And yeah, if you want to see more paintings and stuff like that, just look at my channel. So I appreciate you listening if you made it this far, and I'll see you later.